Synthetic shares explained. In finance, synthetically manufacturing the supply of shares refers to creating the economic equivalent of share ownership or a short position using derivatives without the physical purchase or borrowing of actual equity. This process relies on put call parity, which allows different financial instruments to replicate the same payoff and risk profile. Core methods of synthetic share creation. To replicate the movement of 100 shares of a stock, traders typically use one of the following synthetic forward strategies: synthetic long, replicating ownership; action, simultaneously buy an at the money call option and sell an at the money put option with the same expiry. Result: the position gains $1 for every $1 the stock rises and loses $1 for every $1 it falls, mimicking direct ownership with much lower capital, or leverage. Synthetic short, replicating a short sale. Action, simultaneously sell an at the money call option and buy an at the money put option. Result, replicates the one-to-one downward exposure of a short sale without needing to find shares to borrow or paying borrow fees. Manufacturing supply through naked shorting. A more controversial and often restricted form of manufacturing supply is naked short selling. Process: a seller executes a short sale without first borrowing the shares or ensuring they can be borrowed. This creates phantom or counterfeit shares in the settlement system. The buyer's account reflects share ownership, but the seller has a failure to deliver, or FDD. This effectively increases the apparent supply of shares in the market, which can artificially depress stock prices. Institutional and automated methods. Large institutions and market makers use more complex structures to manufacture liquidity and exposure. Total return swaps, TRS. A counterparty, for example, a bank, agrees to pay an investor the return of a stock index in exchange for a fee, providing the investor with synthetic exposure without owning the underlying shares. Market making. Market makers may temporarily sell shares they do not yet hold to provide immediate liquidity, relying on their ability to source or manufacture the necessary supply through various hedging and settlement mechanisms. Strategic comparison. Feature: physical share position, synthetic derivative position. Capital required: full share price or about 50% on margin, fraction of share price, option premium or margin. Ownership rates: includes voting and dividends, none, payoffs only. Shorting constraint: must find shares to borrow, no borrowing required. Duration: indefinite, limited by option or contract expiry. For those looking to implement these strategies, professional platforms like the SIBO Options Institute provide detailed education on the mechanics of synthetic forwards and derivatives.